Thanks for joining us for another Tech Connect Live.
Technical difficulties.
Welcome to Vision Forward's Tech Connect Live, connecting you to the world of assistive technology. And now, here are your hosts, Cory and Luke.
Hello! Oh, I already realised I forgot to do something. I forgot to pop out the chat. You wanna,
that's okay.
Why don't you vamp for a second here?
Sure. Good morning, afternoon to everyone. It is Thursday, October the 23rd, 2025, and we are here back with another Tech Connect Live. Luke, for whatever reason, was getting a little punchy with the sound effects during.
That was not me.
Put
How
it in the
dare
comments. Are you? Do you feel upset that we ruined the beautiful opening music, or did you enjoy the vamping that you did?
It is very good music. Classic at this point.
Put it in the comments. Would you like to hear a new Tech Connect Live intro? We've done it for, not since we started, because I don't remember what we did in the very, very beginning, but we've had the same intro for a good how many years?
Did you just hit that?
Oh no, you know what it is? If I don't hit the button to stop it, it'll loop after a little bit. Holy cow.
We talk about the music and it starts by
I
itself.
know, I actually thought you hit it so that people could remember what it sounded like. Put in the comments, so are you interested in a new intro? Are you tired of this intro? Do you want something more relaxing, calming, reminds you of laying on the beach? Or
you mean like this? Does that remind you of laying on the beach?
Or something like this, a complete headbanger.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Put in the comments. Do you need a change in your life?
I must admit, Cory, it looks like we don't have that many people joining us on the show today.
Well,
so that could be because we didn't have a topic for the show.
That's probably our fault. To be honest, we did not have a topic for today.
No.
We were hoping we had two different guests that we were attempting to line up, but they didn't work for today.
Yes.
They will work for the future. But that left us in a bit of an old pickle, a jam.
It did, but luckily, Mark Zuckerberg came to the rescue.
Or Mr. Who's the Boss.
Well, both of them together.
I mean, I guess they worked together.
They did, yeah, to bring us the, drumroll please, Meta Ray-Ban displays. I forgot the name of them for a second.
That's it? I thought, gotcha. Yeah, for those that, obviously, you are probably aware of the Meta glasses. We've talked a number of times about them here.
Some might say too many times.
Yeah, probably at this point we're getting there. Both on our live shows or produced videos, so we have tons of content on the Meta glasses. The Generation 2 Meta glasses have been recently released, and really the three main differences. Number one, the case has a longer battery life. I think it's up to 48 hours now. The glasses themselves have a longer battery life. I believe it's 8 hours rather than the
6 to
4 or
8.
6. Is that what? Okay.
6 to 8.
And then the video quality, the picture quality is the same, still image, but the video quality is now 2K. And I think it's like 8. Is it? Oh yeah, 3. 3. You're right. And I think it's like $80 difference for them. I think the $80 difference is probably worth it for the battery alone.
Yeah,
I would
say
say
so.
if you're going to already buy them. But besides the Gen 2 Ray-Bans, they also have now released a new pair, the Meta Ray-Ban Display. What do you think? Why? Why is it called the Display, Luke?
Is it because it was made in Des Plaines, Illinois?
Oh. I guess it could have. I didn't.
And through the operation of Chinese telephone, do they call it that? What do they call it?
I don't know.
Telephone. You know Telephone, the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So through the operation of Telephone, what happened is one of the engineers who lived in Des Plaines, called and said, "Hey, how about we call these the Meta Des Plaines?" And as it went round and ended up with Mark Zuckerberg, it changed to the Meta Display.
Oh.
Is that right?
It seems logical to me. I mean,
oh, wait.
I mean, I can't.
I just realized they've got a display in them. Maybe that's why.
No, that wouldn't be it. I mean, that would make. I mean, that makes no sense. Nice. Yeah. So new Meta Ray-Ban displays. They do have a display. Not only do they, and I guess so. Our plan today, we want to talk a little bit about the new Meta displays. We don't have them yet. But we do have a YouTube video lined up from a YouTuber, Mr. Who's the Boss. And he makes a bunch of pretty cool videos, but he's got a really good review of the Meta display, Meta Ray-Ban display, so you can go check it out yourself. But we're also going to play it for a little bit and just kind of talk about what, there's a couple of cool things about them, including the Neuro Band to control them. And we thought we'd just chat a little bit and I'm curious, I wonder if there's going to be any value to low vision users. I don't think there's any value. We could probably say it right at the forefront. I don't think there's any value to somebody who doesn't have usable vision
Not
like
unless
myself.
they have a screen reader built in.
Yeah, I guess, but then wouldn't that just be the normal Ray-Bans, kind of? I mean, I see what you're saying, sure.
Well, no, because with the Neural Band, you could do gestures to control the screen
Sure,
reader too.
and things are displayed. But if it's, rather than displaying, if it's just spoken, well, whatever. Point is, I don't believe
Sometimes you don't want to speak and you don't want to be spoken to. Although I guess with the screen reader, you're always going to be spoken to. Sometimes you don't want to speak.
That's true. That is true.
Just before we jump into anything, Cory, some comments in the chat.
Yeah,
we have a bit of a fight going on, even if the people in the fight don't realize they're having a fight.
Oh.
I'm going to tell them that they are, and we'll see the after effects.
Please keep it, yeah.
Alicia says, first of all, greetings from Rockford. Thank you. Hello, Alicia. Let us know, Alicia, if you've ever been to Des Plaines, Illinois.
Oh, sure.
Shirley says, I like the current intro. It's upbeat and jazzy. So we have one vote for current intro.
Okay.
However, Alicia quickly came back with her fists raised, saying, let's try a new intro.
Oh, okay. I'm down for potentially finding a new one. We can test it, right? We can try it. I mean,
what I would like to do is, anybody watching this video at the present or in the future, please can you email us an MP3 of a intro song that you have created. It can be in any...
if you're a musician, like you
even if you're not, just give it a try. Any genre, any style, any no lyrical content. We don't want lyrics, but anything musical.
Well, it could have lyrics. Why not? If it was about Tech Connect.
As long as they're appropriate.
Yeah.
So please send the...
But it has to be a homemade, like don't send us your favorite song from...
No, it has to be one you created.
One Direction.
Or you can generate it with AI if you want.
So
please...
That's actually not a bad idea.
I know. So what email should we use for this?
Please send it to technology.
Yes, technology
at vision-forward.org.
I'm putting it in the chat.
But I think another thing we may do too, to be honest, I mean, I want to see what people come in, but I think we may also pick 2 or 3 and then we'll let people vote on some of the ones we pick. I want to find out, I've never played with this, and this might be a cool way of doing it, but there's a YouTuber I watch where he has AI music all the time that he's created.
Okay.
I want to see how they do it.
Yeah.
Because it's actually really pretty cool, the genres you can pick.
As a musician, I strongly oppose
Oh
this,
God, I know that it would drive you nuts. But I'll also give you the opportunity to make it if you'd like.
Okay.
But if you don't have time.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Ken O in the chat says, yes, I like the positivity. We'll give that a
I'm not sure yet. I'm guessing yes.
I'm sure it's in relation to something, but
Yeah,
I'm not
probably
sure
maybe do
what
it
at
if
this
you
point.
like. Yeah, whatever.
Alicia has never been to Des Plaines, Illinois. Wow, I'm amazed.
Okay.
I have been to Des Plaines and I've been to Rockford. So
Well, aren't you just a traveler?
I'm winning in the
Traveling Jack.
Traveling. I was going to say something. Oh yeah, quickly before we look at the displays.
Yeah.
I'm doing my orientation and mobility certification at the moment, Cory, as you know.
Yes, I do. And what? Yeah.
I saw a video, a picture. It was a black and white picture from, turn of the century,
Black and
something,
white
a while ago.
Gotcha.
Did you know that initially, when people walked with their cane, they weren't doing two-point touch or, sweeping the cane or anything like that. They literally held it out in front of them.
Yeah, like straight.
Yeah, straight out
straight
in front
up.
of them, above the ground.
Yep.
I just found
Yeah,
that
I
amazing.
don't know where somebody must have told me that, but I was aware of that, and I just find that to be. Imagine getting stabbed by that when someone's walking up to you, and just how you're not getting. Well, this is what I don't understand. Like, I get maybe for a moment why someone thought this is the way to do it. But the first time you fall downstairs, wouldn't you be like, okay, this obviously isn't working for me?
Well, maybe that's how it got changed.
Could have been.
Maybe that was it. Also, did you know that the red and white coloring was initially created by a Lions club in Illinois?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was called, they were called like Lions.
Like the actual white and red?
Yeah, they were called like Lion sticks or something
Interesting.
like that.
That's one of my pet peeves.
What, lions?
No. I prefer tigers.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, when people refer to their cane as a stick,
yeah.
oh, it drives me bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, it really isn't a big deal, but it's one of those.
Well, when my O&M instructor had a T-shirt that said "It's a cane, not a stick" the other day.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
If you are a cane user, then please put it in the chat, and especially if you hold your cane out directly in front of you above the ground, parallel to the ground, I would love to know.
Yeah.
If so, you might want to do some O&M training.
Might need a little training.
Anyway, we're going to watch this video. This is going to be basically like a reaction video, which we've never done before. But we're going to watch a video about the Ray-Ban Meta display glasses and then talk about them.
And we're going to skip around a little bit, and then we'll pause and talk. And
okay.
That's the plan. I mean, I don't think we're just.
If this works.
I don't think we're just going to sit here for 11 minutes and we all just watch the video.
I was going to have a little nap, I don't know.
There you go. We should have brought some popcorn.
All right, let me see if we can get this going.
Throw questions in the chat too if you've got some comments.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Been hands-on with Meta's new $799 Ray-Ban display smart glasses. So they have a display, they have this whole new transparent interface, and I'm gonna level with you. This is the first time I've ever been convinced by a tech product designed for your face. There's a few things that aren't there, but I was just surprised that this already can start to make you see how smart glasses can do a lot of the things that your phone can do, but better. So you could think of these like a three-part product. First are the glasses, which are basically a more advanced version.
So I'm just going to stop it there a sec. The glasses can do what your phone can do.
Yeah.
Now he said, but better.
Sure.
But do we need a phone on our face?
Well, I mean, I think this is the age-old argument of like, yes, your phone can do all that and it's right there in your pocket, but then you have another school of people who are like, I want to do all this stuff, but I don't want to pull my phone out of my pocket. I want to stay more engaged with my surroundings. Like yes, you're still looking at a screen and you are potentially disengaging from your environment, but it's less so because you're not pulling out this phone and looking at a screen.
What do people think? Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Would you prefer a phone right on your face or a phone in your pocket? Or no phone? That's an option too.
That is an option.
I would like that one. Alicia says, I use my cane all the time, and yes, I do the two-point tap. My cane is an extension of my eyes. Now, what I was talking about, Alicia, is not the two-point tap. It is literally holding the cane out in front of you
belly
at
button
chest
height, right?
level.
Oh, chest level.
Well,
okay.
belly button, maybe.
Yeah.
Just directly out, like a jousting stick, or whatever. What do they call those? Lance, like a lance.
Yes.
Yeah, jousting lance, yeah. Let us know if you can't hear the video, by the way. We think we got it right, but...
Yeah, we might be the only one watching.
Exactly. All right, let's continue.
of the normal Ray-Ban Metas. So they have the same basic hardware, like the camera, which can now record in 2.5 times the resolution, like the 2 speakers, 1 for each ear, and no less than 5 microphones, but then also with some key additions. Like you now get transition lenses by default to automatically tint like sunglasses when you're outside and then untint when you're inside. There's a bigger battery that they've custom designed to fill every millimeter of the inside.
I'm going to stop it there. This might take a long time to get through this video.
It's all right.
He just said they come with transitions lenses by default.
Yeah.
Now, those aren't good for people with low vision.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, I have very little usable vision, and I actually don't like sunglasses and transitions because it messes. If I wear sunglasses and then I come inside and take them off, it's like 2 hours for my eyes to go back the way they should be. Like it just is really weird. But anyways, I would agree that in some cases they might. But I assume you can still choose what lens you want.
I hope so because my users, my low vision folk, they have an issue with the fact that the lenses take a little bit of time to change when they go inside.
Yeah.
And so now you're inside and your lenses are dark. And that really damages your ability to get around inside.
Yeah, sure. You've got that time of sitting there completely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although I guess you could take them off, but that's a pain.
I don't know. I always I remember our low vision therapist always saying that your filters, treat them like a winter coat. You put them on before you go outside. You don't go outside and then put your coat on.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
So you don't want your eyes to hit the sun and then put them on.
I mean, the whole point of transition lenses is, though, you don't have to take them off.
Yeah. I'd be curious how good I don't know how good these transition lenses are, how quick they are, and has that technology gotten better?
I will say they have definitely improved transition lenses over time, but it's not like it's instantaneous.
Sure.
In the chat, Commander Beerbrat says, I believe these glasses do have a built-in screen reader. There you go, Cory. Built-in screen reader sounds like an interesting device. Curious to know how the armband works for blind users. Yes, in the video we will be seeing the neural band later, which allows you to control the glasses with hand gestures.
Yeah, and I mean, from an accessibility standpoint, it doesn't seem like there'd be any issue with the neural band. It's, again, banking that there's some kind of screen reader that's going to speak out as you move through menus.
I bet Mr. Who's the Boss doesn't show that side of things.
Sure doesn't.
What?
Able-bodied jerk. I'm just kidding.
Alicia Green says, no, I do not hold my cane out in front of me like a sword or a battering ram. Good to know. Thank you, Alicia.
Sometimes.
What Hill says, no, I adore the music, have to dance around each time I hear it. Whoa, all right.
That's what I like.
That's a very strong endorsement. And also, it makes me really happy to know that people are dancing around to the music. Maybe we should this show should have just been the music over and over.
We just keep playing.
Or we could have interjected with,
little things, yeah.
All right, let's continue the video.
With these arms to keep the last key thing, this new display powered. So, this display, it's like a projected image that you see slightly to the side of your right eye. It was impossible to record, so I'm trying to recreate this for you, but it looks like this. And I want to make a very important distinction. This is not augmented reality. This display is not tracked to your surroundings. It's just meant to be this small, glanceable window in like a fixed position. And there's a few things that I found immediately surprising about
I'm going to have to stop it there.
I was
Talk about the screen.
Yeah, I was wondering, number one, he must simulate it on the screen, so I'm curious if you could describe it for those who can't see.
Yeah, so the display, so the thing about these glasses is the display. I mean, they have similar functionality to the Ray-Ban Metas, but they have this heads-up display. It's actually kind of amazing, technologically speaking. It is you see it on the inside of the lens. So as you're wearing the glasses, it's on the right side.
Yeah. Now, is there something physical to feel, or is it a straight projection?
I believe it's a projection.
Okay.
From what I can tell, and it is on the right side, and it displays whatever you're currently doing. Let's say you're sending a text message; it's showing you the text message conversation, for example. Now, here's the thing. I don't believe you can move the position of the lens.
From what I've seen so far, I've also not seen anything about people being able to adjust.
Yeah, so if you have peripheral vision loss on the right side, this is going to be bad because you would have to turn your eyes to look directly at the screen, at which point then you're not going to be looking straight ahead anymore, so you're probably going to crash into something. If you do have central vision loss, this screen could actually work because I'm assuming you could use your periphery.
I would think so.
Use eccentric viewing to see it. So it's got some potential.
One thing he doesn't do, and maybe you just can't do this, but I'm curious what the equivalent size of the display, like it's same as looking at a 12-inch or 14-inch computer screen from 1 foot away. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't ever really give a size.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it has to be small because it's on the lens of the glasses.
But it's so close.
It's so close.
Yeah,
exactly.
he does not give. I don't think he does. Well, we'll play here again, but it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really let us know kind of size of the stuff.
Ken O says, I am very low vision and wear hearing aids. Seems difficult. So I'm not sure. Maybe
you say the glasses themselves, being able to hear the meta glasses with your hearing aids? I'm not sure.
Let's know exactly what you mean there. All right, let's continue.
These display glasses. One, the storage case is absolutely sick. It feels super premium and can convert itself between glasses.
I've never known anybody be so excited about a storage case.
Two is how insanely bright this inner display is. It's brighter than any smartphone screen I've used. Three is
and you know that the brightness of that screen is going to help for sure.
Yeah, and for him to point that out, it must be pretty bright because I would have assumed it was going to be sort of a dim display, but I think because it's a projection versus an actual display, although even if it was an actual display,
I mean, it has to be seen when you're outside on a sunny day, so it's got to be bright. So for our low vision users, that's probably going to be a good thing.
Display is achieved by using a sort of indirect projection. It means that even at full brightness, no one else can see what you're seeing. Like my screen.
And that's the other crazy part of this, which I forgot to mention, is like you see the projection of the screen on the inside of the lens, but people looking at you from the outside just don't see anything. They just see through the lenses as if it was a normal pair of glasses.
I don't know what he means, indirect. I mean, a direct projection would be projecting it directly into your eye.
Well,
indirect is that it's
on the lens.
It's on the lens. Yeah.
I have no idea how it works. It seems like magic.
Could be a little magical.
All right, let's keep on going.
Is on right now, and you cannot tell, which I just think is wild. That's like the main red flag with having tech that's transparent already being fixed in like the Gen 1 product. Then 4 is how damn comfortable the thing is, considering all the tech that's going on inside.
Watch your language.
It is a work-related pair of Ray-Ban Metas.
So we don't need to listen to this whole part, but he goes on at how they're only a little bit heavier than regular Ray-Bans without any smart technology. So they're like 65 grams.
A little chunkier, I believe the word he used.
The sides are thicker than even the Meta Ray-Bans currently, but certainly not beyond the realms of wearability.
He does mention that they're super comfortable.
Photos and videos.
Yes.
Just like on the normal Ray-Ban Metas, but it's this new neural band that's designed to be the primary controller for the display glasses, and it's really freaking good. So you wear it on your wrist. It's kind of like a watch. It's comfy, it's light, but it's not a watch. It's actually measuring the electrical impulses from the muscles in your wrist so that you can use hand gestures to control the thing. I guess they kind of had to create something like this because no one's going to want to carry around a controller for an everyday use kind of product. The thing I was just so surprised by when using this is both how mindless those gestures started to feel about an hour in. I'd say once I got used to it, it was 97% of the time doing exactly what I wanted it to without me even really needing to think about it. But equally how in the entire time I was wearing the thing, I hadn't once accidentally triggered something I didn't want to. Those are two very difficult things to try and achieve at the same time. Because if you think about it, the more natural that you make something feel, the more likely it is that you're gonna do that thing naturally and then confuse your old neural band. Now, this obviously doesn't have the insane eye-tracking element of the Apple Vision Pro, but the way that the hand controls work does remind me a lot of it. You'll double...
So, just to describe what's going on here for those who aren't able to see, there is this band that goes around your wrist, and it has some kind of... I don't want to use the wrong words, but it has something which can interpret, some sensors that can interpret the electrical signals from your muscles in your wrists. And therefore, you can do hand gestures, basically in the air, in order to control the device. So for people who are familiar with VoiceOver, for example, if you imagine the swipe gesture that you use, swipe right, swipe left, to move from item to item, you can do that in the air wearing this band, and it's gonna, go ahead and control
Yeah, I think he's about to do some of the gestures, but I think from the muscles alone, it can tell if you're swiping, if you're just tapping in the, in the air, double tapping with one finger, double tapping with two fingers, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, so you can see how it definitely could be compatible with screen reader use, just by doing those gestures.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing technology. And also, he says 97% accuracy, so...
That's
awesome.
pretty good for a Gen 1 product.
Yeah.
And
really
especially something like, it's not using cameras at all to track your hand movement, like the Vision, Apple Vision Pro uses cameras for everything.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the technology that's used for people who are missing limbs to control artificial limbs.
Sure.
They can interpret the signals from either your brain or from even from your severed, the severed limb that's left.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
All right, see what else he's got to say about this.
Tap like this to turn the screen on, because it does go off after 20 seconds of inactivity. There's lots of pinching, kind of like this. You can navigate using like an imaginary joystick, basically, sliding over your fist. And you can adjust volume by grabbing and then rotating. And you can do that in any menu. And the big upside compared to the Vision Pro is because this isn't relying on cameras to see those gestures, you can do them anywhere. And that leaves us with the final piece of the puzzle, the smartphone and the software.
Pause it for a second. That to me is something interesting.
Yeah.
The ability, your
hand can be anywhere.
Underneath the desk, in your pocket, whatever. You don't have to be out in front of you where everyone sees you doing different gestures. And, I think could be a huge, I don't want to say game changer, but a big difference with this device.
How many people are going to be sat in work meetings pretending that they're listening, but really they're looking at their glasses and controlling them under the table? Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
That'll be us on this show in the future. We'll just be sat here not talking. All right, let's look at this smartphone.
Making it a secret that they think this is the type of device that will replace the phone someday. But that day is not today. As of right now, I would say about 50% of the things the glasses can do are in some way reliant on your phone. So what does it do? When you turn it on, the first thing you see is the home screen. It shows you upcoming events, notifications, shows you the time. So after 30 minutes or so, I started to realize that I didn't need to do this anymore. And it's from there that you swipe to the side and you can see all your apps. And you kind of realize that it's not a super slick UI. Like, it doesn't feel cheap, but it's also not a 60 frame per second, super well animated smartphone quality interface. But also more importantly, that there isn't an app store. This is a new type of product, so the app selection is tiny. All topped off with the fact that pretty much everything that you can do on this is like the meta version of that thing. So when you use navigation, it's Meta's Maps, not Google. For anything AI, it's Meta AI, not ChatGPT. That said, pretty much everything that I tried on these glasses did feel surprisingly non-gimmicky and actually useful. Like WhatsApp. This is something that I've never gotten used to using on my watch or really anything but my phone, but different ballgame with the glasses. First of all, this display now means it's pretty easy to read most messages in full once you've clicked into them, and you can open links. So I was catching up with a reel that someone sent me, and it was actually very watchable. Remember, without lifting a finger. Then there are 4 key ways to respond. You can either send a voice note or dictate, and the dictation, I guess because you have 5 microphones strapped to your face, is phenomenally good.
So that might be nice for those people who are used to Siri messing up what they're trying to dictate.
I do believe, if I remember when I watched this, he expands here, but he says that those 5 microphones, that the dictation is just crazy good.
Although, actually, the current Meta Ray-Bans have got 5 microphones as well, so... is that any different?
No, I think he's comparing it to the smartphone, trying to use Siri like in a loud area, because these microphones are right up in your face, that it's much better than a cell phone mic. I think that's what he's comparing it to.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ken says, my central vision is dead due to levers. Acuity is 20/750, need letters 2 inches to read. So, if you need 2 inches of letters to read, this display is probably not going to be helpful. But if you've got the screen reader...
Yeah, it's so hard,
If you've got the screen reader functionality... Now, okay, as a screen reader user, Cory, is there any benefit to you from controlling your screen reader through the haptic band and using the glasses as your
Probably
device?
not. I mean, it would have to provide me something that my phone or Apple Watch doesn't already.
Yes.
If it's reading notifications as they come in. My watch, there's really not a big difference between going putting my wrist up and using my other hand to touch the watch versus using some gestures with my hand and hearing it in my glasses. The issue for me, I'd really have to change the way I am, and I wouldn't wear the glasses all day.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Because you're not used to wearing glasses?
I'm just not used to wearing something, and if I'm only interacting every so often with it, then why am I wearing it? That's the issue I have with the Meta glasses today. I love the Meta glasses. I think they do a wonderful job. I don't own a pair because I just don't have I'm not wearing them, so when I'm at home and I need to read something, I just pull my phone out and do it because what's the difference between that or pulling the glasses out and putting them on?
That's a good point.
So if you're not willing to wear something all day, for me, that's where the big difference comes in.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, yeah. And I think a lot of people who get these are going to be wearing them all day.
I think that's the habit you need to get into. I just haven't been able to, I haven't forced myself to do it.
Yeah.
But I've also not had a product that gave me enough benefit to keep them on.
Yeah.
Where if this did with a decent screen reader, I might, coupled with all of the great AI and picture, taking a picture and reading, like all of that stuff, plus notifications, then that's a different story. I might, I probably would force myself to wear them then.
Yeah, and he said there wasn't an app store at the moment, but it seems like the idea is that these will replace the smartphone. So it kind of reminds you of when the iPhone released. There was an app store, but it was very unpopular.
I think at this point they're not. There's very few apps built for the platform. Who even knows what?
Exactly.
But I think I would assume you'll start to see, for sure, Meta, Facebook on there, WhatsApp. We already saw WhatsApp's on there. But if these take off, I would think you'd start to see more and more apps coming in.
All right, let's see what else we got to say here.
Much better than when you try to use a phone, and definitely better than using a watch. I was even whispering, and it was picking up every word and placing every bit of grammar in just the right.
I'd just like to point out that when Cory sends text messages, he dictates them. He holds his phone up to his mouth and basically whispers them. And that actually seems to work okay for him.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, so when you send a text message, you'll be sending a text to one of your kids and stuff, and you don't necessarily want everybody hearing.
Yeah.
So you'll hold your phone up to your mouth and just kind of say it really quietly.
That is true.
And it still works pretty good, right?
It does. Yeah, I haven't had too many issues with it. Yeah.
Maybe your kids would disagree. Maybe they're getting the text messages and they're like, "What does this mean?"
Some of it's. Sometimes I don't change something even if it's wrong.
You're just they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Place. You can choose one of the pre-made responses, like "I'm here." The last one is the most interesting because you can write. This is in beta right now, but you can literally write on your leg one letter at a time, either with your finger or even as if you're holding a pen, whichever you prefer. And it sounds ridiculous, but it works reliably enough that I could actually see if you're in a meeting and you couldn't talk, you would still be able to use this to scribble up a quick, "I'll be back at 7," or "Feed cat, please," from under the table. Then I tried captions, which was also insane. So you look at someone and your glasses will use this 5-microphone array to know what sound is coming from where and completely isolate just what the person you're looking at is saying to be able to give you real-time subtitles.
Nice.
I tried this with some music on in the background over here. I tried it with someone else talking next to me on this side, and it managed to completely ignore both of them and just pick up the one person's speech in front of me while being almost instant, before they've...
And so from a hearing loss perspective, if you have hearing loss but you still have decent vision, then those subtitles could be potentially helpful if you aren't very good at reading lips or something like that. But then they can also do translation as well. Is that right?
I believe that. Yeah, I think he may even do that on this one. But yeah, you can do through the Meta now can do it. So I would assume it should be able to.
Yeah, and it would display the kind of translation on the screen. That would have been handy when I went to Guatemala.
Yeah.
Said the next word, you can see the last one. But then it also goes up one more level because the same tech can be used to real-time translate, which is, to be honest, slightly awkward because the translation has more of a delay than captions, and you don't really know where to look when you're just waiting for it. Do you just carry on smiling in silence with intense direct eye contact while waiting for the English version of what they've just said to process and come through to you? But
He's just
the
staring into the
translation
camera.
quality is really high. And I think it comes down to the same thing, that unlike your phone, having 5 microphones on your face means the device can hear you so clearly. And you quickly get used to not having to specifically enunciate or speak up, which just makes the conversation flow much more naturally, while reducing the main issue with real-time live translation, where one slightly misheard word changes the entire meaning of your question. So they give a different answer, and before you know it, you're both lost. The final couple of apps then are Maps, where being able to see your real-time navigation arrow rotate as your head rotates is such a no-brainer piece of functionality. I just have no idea how Meta's Maps is going to be able to at all compete with Google's Maps. There's Music, which takes you straight to Spotify, which, like most things here, is a custom squarish version of the app you're probably used to. And the speaker quality is way better than you'd expect for something that's kind of a side feature of the glasses. It's just that as soon as you get...
I thought the same. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say the speaker quality on the current Meta Ray-Bans is really good.
They are good.
Yeah.
And volume, other people are going to start to be able to hear it. So it's not nearly as private as your display. The camera is okay. It can take 12 megapixel photos and then video at 3K resolution, as well as some slow-mo at 720p. In terms of specs, I mean, let's be very clear. This is like a smartphone from 8 years ago. And it does look a little better than it sounds, but you're not going to be mistaking this for iPhone 17 Pro footage. And there is still that slight delay when you press capture, which I have no doubt is going to create the same situation as last gen, where people think the photo is taken, so they start moving before it actually is. And then Meta AI, which you trigger by doing this. And then you ask something. How do I make...
That was a double press with the thumb, like a double tap, basically, to trigger Meta AI.
Indian chai, for example. And I wouldn't say there's anything mind-blowing about the AI intelligence itself, but it's having that recipe loaded up in your peripheral vision. It's being able to ask follow-up questions and even navigate the whole user interface, even if you're washing your hands at the same time. That's where you start to notice the unique possibilities of a smart device that is always there versus a smart device that's sometimes there. Plus, it makes you think of what other things could be done here. Like, imagine it could start using this camera in real time to remember things. So instead of you having to tell your glasses where you've put your keys so you can ask it again later, it would just know where you've put your keys. I can't quite believe how close we are to that reality. All of which to say, I don't actually think that this particular product is going to be worth buying for most people. I mean, it's $800. I think really the Ray-Ban displays are just Meta trying to get something out into the market before Apple makes a more affordable vision product, to start normalizing the idea of smart glasses, but also to make Meta the company that you associate with them. And I think now this thing is out, it's going to get a lot better very quickly. Now, maybe you can tell from the amount of videos, but this might be the busiest few months of my entire life. We just
I think that's probably it for it. So that's an interesting thing of AI I didn't think of. And it's not really unique to these with a display, but even the current Meta glasses, there is that possibility to start, you know, like he said, remembering where things are, or telling it, I lose my keys all the time, so it knows to track them.
Although that would require continuous video being taken, which isn't the case at the moment.
Or would it, though, in the fact that if you tell it the specific thing, if it sees that thing?
Well, how does it see it if it's not running continuous?
I guess. Yeah.
Do we want, what do we think in the chat? Do we want a future with smart glasses that you wear all the time that are constantly recording or looking at? Are you just saying yes because this is what you want? Constantly looking at everything that you do, just on the off chance that if you lose something, it will know where it is.
Well, it'll do more than just that, but it comes down to a privacy discussion, and I always fall on the I don't care about privacy side, and I think you tend to fall on the other side.
Yeah.
You would hate that.
Well, I mean, for me, these glasses hold no interest.
Sure.
I like, they don't do anything
but you would,
to make my life better.
You would say the same, you don't own an Apple Watch.
No.
Right, I mean, you wouldn't, you don't care enough about, like, phone notifications and that kind of stuff for you should live on the phone. And
they should be turned off.
Well, I was just going to say you actually would hate them on the phone too, but I think some people, like, you know, Mr. Who's the Boss, love to always be plugged in. Right, they're always connected. They're always plugged in. They want their notification. I don't know. I think it's a difference in personality, a difference in what people value. People find some people like to be unplugged and not bothered and reading a book with a cup of coffee, and some people like to be always plugged in and getting notifications immediately. I mean, I don't know if there's a right or wrong way to be.
No, it's okay to be.
mean?
It's okay to be however you want to be. That's not a problem. For me, definite no. For you,
I'd want to see if
possibility.
The screen reader piece would be interesting to find out.
Could be interesting, but does the screen help our low vision clients? I think, again, if you have central vision loss, potentially the screen might be usable. If you have peripheral vision loss, it will depend on the side of your vision.
I think that we should throw it in the comments, but I think we may need to invest. We might want to get a pair.
Oh, we have to get a pair. By the way, the price is $7.99, so they're not horrible price-wise. They're not horrible. I'm
more interested in this than I am an Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah, which we were all gung-ho about, but...
it's gone.
We never got one.
But it's gone nowhere. I mean, I don't see enough value in it.
No,
I don't hear people talking about how they use it, and it's I feel like this is the more of what the wearable display future is going to be.
Yeah, you can see this taking off for sure.
Yeah.
Keno, hearing aid electronics, if in small container above ear, maybe Bluetooth. Oh, so there's some concern about Bluetooth interference. I will say I've had users who have been using the existing Ray-Ban Meta glasses without the screen, and they are hearing aid users as well. No problems. They've had no problems.
I have one person, and same thing. No issue.
I've had a few now. The unfortunate thing is you can't connect the glasses to your hearing aids because the glasses are connected to your phone via Bluetooth. Yeah. But people seem to be able to hear the speakers really well through the hearing aids.
Because they're right close to the hearing aids.
Very close to the ears, and there's no interference that we've seen so far. Anyway, so there you go. Right. That was the Ray-Ban Meta display glasses. Thank you to Mr. Who's the Boss for sponsoring this video.
Yeah, please don't copyright strike us and take our video down. We'd appreciate that.
I can see that happening, but anyway. If so, you lucky people who watched it live were the only ones who were going to see it. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely an interesting piece of tech. So if you like what you see, then why not give them a try?
Yeah, keep it on the channel. We'll get a pair probably and do at least a Tech Connect Live, if not a produced video. We do have a produced video coming out next week, Thursday-ish. We shot it a little late, so might be a couple days, but that is on the new Indigo Nav GPS app, which is kind of a successor to APH's Nearby Explorer, so take a wait for that. And then we do have two guests, as I mentioned before, coming up, hopefully. Mikayla?
I think Mikayla's going to be with us 2 weeks from today for the next live show. She's going to be talking about the Eyedaptic i7. She already came on to talk about the i5, and she came on to talk about the i6. So at some point, you're just like, well
then we might as well do it for
i7. So those are smart glasses that enhance a user's existing vision through magnification, and they also have some AI stuff going on and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and then we may have a representative from InVision as a talk about what's going on with InVision, and then the new Ally glasses as well, too.
All right, sounds good to me. So thank you all for joining us, and we will look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time.
Toot de maloot.
Thanks for joining us for another Tech Connect Live. If you enjoyed Cory and Luke's antics, be sure to join us next time. For all things Tech Connect, go to vision-forward.org/techconnect.
Bye.